What should we talk about today? Oh, okay. So content for search, we touched on this in a previous video. Where should you start if you're trying to publish content for search? This is a really common problem. It's a common question. And in my experience, I mean, even SEO companies don't really get this that well, even companies that specialize in this. So typically when organizations are publishing content for search, most of the time they're trying to drive a result. So you're trying to drive leads or sales or something like that. And ideally as directly as possible, right? That's usually where people start. Now, there's a big component of publishing content that is just building brand awareness and affinity and all that kind of stuff. And that's important too, but almost nobody starts there. Almost nobody just says, hey, let's just make everybody like us. We don't need to generate business. Nobody's saying that in any organization. At the end of the day, they all want to drive a result. And so the best place to start with search content or content for search designed to do well in search is to start with content that is as close to the conversion as possible. You can even start after the conversion. Sometimes that helps if you've got a big component of like word of mouth, that can help as well. But start as low in the funnel, if you want to call it that, as possible. So a good example of this is if I am a person using Google and I'm looking for polarized sunglasses and I want to buy, let's say I go to Google and I want to search for polarized sunglasses and I actually want to buy sunglasses, but I don't search sunglasses, I don't search men's sunglasses, I go to Google and I search polarized sunglasses, right? Now I could be in a number of different states of mind. I could know what polarized are and know that's exactly what I want. It's possible I don't know what those are and I want to sort of browse and find some information on what they are before I purchase them. It's also possible that I have no intent to purchase at all and I'm actually just looking for information. Those are probably the three major things that could be going on in a searcher's mind when they search that term. And so if I go to Google and I search that term and you sell sunglasses, you actually sell polarized sunglasses, right? That's not a bad term to start with. It's pretty low funnel, right? We can probably guess that, yeah, there's going to be people looking for information on polarized sunglasses. There's going to be people who are looking to buy some form of some sunglasses, but don't know if they want polarized or non-polarized. And then there's going to be some people who, without a doubt, are looking to buy polarized sunglasses. Did I say that one already? Whatever, the audience is split up a little bit, right? Well, we can assume a pretty big chunk of those people are probably looking to buy polarized sunglasses. There's a bunch of subsets of that audience, right? You might have within that audience people who are, let's say, don't want to buy polarized sunglasses online. Maybe they want to go into a store and try them on. I mean, this is a common thing. Like some sunglasses look ridiculous on my weird shaped head. And it's hard for me to find sunglasses that fit. So I very rarely just buy them online without trying them on. So you may be in that category. And then you may be in another category where you're willing to buy them online. So as you can see, even in this fairly low funnel term, I think anybody who really thinks about it would assume that polarized sunglasses as a term for a retailer, an online retailer selling polarized sunglasses, that's probably a pretty low funnel term, probably pretty close to sort of buying intent. But within that, there's a lot of audiences that may not necessarily have in the kind of intent you're offering if you're that online retailer, right? So you have to think about that. How big is my audience, right? But it's pretty low funnel. And so you should start down there. You should start trying to rank for polarized sunglasses and maybe even lower terms like buy polarized sunglasses or buy polarized sunglasses online or things like that. And start low funnel, start as close to the transaction point as possible, and then work your way up. So as you start to publish content, try to publish content to get ranked for polarized sunglasses, and then think, what is happening? What are people searching before they have that intent to actually purchase polarized sunglasses? Well, maybe it's like polarized sunglasses versus something else, polarized versus non-polarized sunglasses. Or maybe it's like brands of polarized sunglasses, right? Ray-Ban polarized versus Maui Jim polarized, right? You get a lot of versus searches low in the funnel, closer to the buying decision. And so that might be a good place to go. So start with your content, essentially saturate your content as low funnel as possible until you're doing well there, and then slowly work your way up the funnel, up the buying process to more and more general content that appeals to people earlier in that process. And what that's going to do is it's going to force you to focus on content at first that's actually going to drive that business result, because at the end of the day, that's what everybody wants. And then over time, work into that more brand-oriented content. And that's a good way to do it for search. We often don't see that level of sort of deliberative strategy behind it. We often see people just publishing content, whatever it is in their industry, and that's really not a good idea. Think about the funnel, and because I can promise you, your boss wants to convert some stuff, right? Your boss wants to sell stuff at the end of the day. If you're a business, if you're whatever your business goal is, that's what you're going for. And so start there. You're going to get much more traction, much quicker, much more funding for your project, and then work into the more brand oriented content later.